What's up, everybody? Today I want to show you how I would use Tesla's Robotaxi event in order to make a quick $1,000 using stock options. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Rashad. I am a multi-six-figure options trader, and I use the money I receive from options in order to pay for my entire life and my family's life. But with that being said, let's get down to business. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that Tesla has a huge event coming up on October 10th about their Robotaxi. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what the Robotaxi is, this is essentially Tesla's version of Uber. They will have it so that their cars can drive people around, but instead of a human driving you around, it's the actual car within and of itself. Now, the pricing of it is supposed to be a lot cheaper than, say, a Uber because there's nobody to pay. And if done correctly, this could be game-changing for Tesla and bring in huge streams of revenue. So because of that, there's a ton of hype around this unveiling that is happening next week. And some very big names think that Tesla's stock price is going to increase greatly right after this event. You can see here Goldman Sachs recommends buying Tesla call options before two big catalyst events in October, which is mainly the Robotaxi event. Now, most beginner traders would just do something such as buying calls for this event. And while that may very well work, you are essentially just gambling. So, how would I trade it? But me, on the other hand, I like the probability of profit to be on my side. So how would I trade this in order to make sure that there is a high likelihood that I make money off of this trade? Well, let me show you. The first thing I would do is use a leveraged ETF that follows Tesla. Now, what is a leveraged ETF? Well, it is a fund that aims to deliver multiples of the performance of a specific index. So there are leveraged ETFs that are 2x or 3x. So essentially, if the leveraged ETF is following the S&P 500, for example, if the S&P 500 were to go up 1% in a day, the 2x leveraged ETF would look to go up 2% in a day. Or if it was 3x, it would look to go up 3x or 3% in a day. And the same is for reverse. If the S&P 500 were to go down 1%, the leveraged ETF will look to go down 2% or 3%. Okay, and leveraged ETFs typically are designed for short-term trading and not long-term investments, which is perfect because we just want to trade it until next week. Now, you're probably saying, well, that's all great and all, but why would you use that instead of just using the Tesla stock? Well, I am an option seller, and the more volatile a stock is, the more premium I can receive. So if I use a leveraged ETF that is 2x that of Tesla, I can receive 2 times the premium. So let's look at the leveraged ETF that follows Tesla, which is ticker symbol TSLL. All right, so now I am in Thinkorswim and I've pulled up TSLL. You can see it is currently $12.80. And I've now selected the expiration date of next week, October 11th, 2024, which is 10 days from now. So what I want to do, since the consensus is that Tesla stock is going to go up after the event, I personally want to sell puts at a much lower price than what TSLL is trading for right now. So when you sell a put, you are agreeing to buy the stock if the stock were to drop below your strike price by the expiration date. So what I like to personally do is I like to come over here to the delta column. Now, delta is just the probability that the event occurs. So if we come down here, if we look at this column right here, it says 0.11. So that is saying that there is an 11% chance that TSLL's stock price drops to this $9.50 strike by the expiration date, which is in 10 days from now. And me personally, I like to select deltas that are anywhere between 0.10 and 0.20. So that means I have a 10 to 20% chance as of right now that the stock will drop to my strike price. Or in other words, I have an 80 to 90% chance that I'm just going to make my money and go about my day. But as far as strike price selection, we could take it even a step further. I am over here at barchart.com, which is a website that I use to get a lot of information from. And I'm now on the page that is called expected move or implied move. And we could read here, the expected move, which is also referred to as implied move, reflects the price range that a security is expected to move within from the current price. The expected move is based on a 1 standard deviation and calculated using the at-the-money implied volatility of the respective option series. The range as predicted by the expected move can be used to target high and low prices and are especially useful for around earnings season. So if we go over here to the date we're looking at, which is October 11th, we can see that currently traders are pricing in a 29.20% move for TSLL. Now, that currently puts the price at an upper price of $17.16 or a lower price of $9.40. And that's the price we want to pay attention to. So right now they're saying at its worst, TSLL will move down to $9.40. So let's head back to the options chain. So with that being said, I would like to pick a strike that is somewhere around that $9.40 move that is expected. So if we come down here, there is a strike at $9.50 that will pay anywhere between $23 and $25, and it's just a 0.11 delta, which means there's just an 11% chance that the stock price hits that strike price by the expiration date. And that sounds good to me. So what I want to do is sell puts at $9.50. So I'll come over here, I will right click in Thinkorswim, hit sell, hit single. And now for every single contract that I sell of these, I'm going to get anywhere between $22 and $23. Now, one thing I want to point out is that TSLL's stock price is only $12, which means this is great for people with small accounts because you don't need that much money in your account in order to trade this stock. I'll come back over here and I'll go over here. I'll select however many contracts I want. Let's say for right now, I'll just do 5, just so you can see how this works. I'll hit confirm, and you can see right here that I will receive an immediate $107 just for selling these 5 contracts at the $9.50 strike for TSLL. I'll hit send, and it has gone through, and I just made a quick $100. And what I will likely do is every day up until the event, I will continue to sell more puts and more puts at these low strike prices. Now, when you're selling puts, you want to make sure that you are comfortable with buying the company at that price. I personally am a Tesla bull. I believe in the company. I believe in Elon Musk. I even have a Tesla myself, but I would like to buy the company at a lower price. So this strategy makes perfect sense for me because I'm either going to make money for waiting for the price to drop and it doesn't drop, or I'll make money while waiting for the price to drop and it does, and I get to buy the shares as well. So it's a win-win for me. Now, just so you understand how big of a return that is that I just received for selling puts at $9.50 and receiving $23 for it, let me show you the actual calculation. All right, so in order to calculate your return on investment when selling options, this is how it works. You will do your premium received divided by money at risk and then to annualize it, you will do 365 days divided by days in trade, then times 100. All right, so we know that we received $23 in premium for selling one contract, and we did it at the $9.50 strike, which means we have $950 at risk. All right, so divided by 950, and then we'll multiply that by 365 days, divided by the days in the trade, which was 10 days, and then multiplied by 100. All right, and some quick calculations. That gets us to 0.024. And then 365 divided by 10 is 36.5. Bring down the 100. If we bring this down, we will get 0.876, and we times that by 100, you'll get 87.6% return. That's a mic drop. 87% return in just 10 days. But there you have it. That's exactly how I'll trade this. If you would like to learn from me and get my exact trades, please join our Trade to Freedom community. It includes a full options course A to Z, and you get my exact trades in real time. The link is in the description below. I hope to see you in the community. Talk to you soon. Peace.